Okay, so you found your, oh, here we go. Okay, you found your fractions, sorry, 5/12 and 9/10. It makes me start over again. Uh, and here is 5/12. So I mark that. Maybe you want to draw a box on it like you had done previously, like this. Okay. We are also going to fill in the fraction strip. 5/12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 12 are shaded. So I'm going to go like this. Good. Now, before we move and shade in the 9/10, we're going to stop for a second and think. Is 5/12 less than, greater than, or equal to 1/2? Well, let's look with our eyes. Here's 5/12 and here's 1/2. So is 5/12 less than 1/2? Yes. It's smaller. See, here's 1/2 right there. And 5/12 is a little bit smaller than 1/2. Okay. So 5/12 is less than 1/2, but we're not done. We still have to compare 9/10. So come on over here to your 9/10 benchmark. And let's count till we get to 9/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go ahead and draw your line and create your box around it. Maybe you want to color it in. Bam, look at that. Okay. And just to make sure we understand, we are going to color in our fraction strip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you color in all of this. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Now, we're comparing this against 1/2 first. Oh, my coloring's getting awful here, so I'm just going to stop while the going's good. Okay. Here's 1/2 on our number line. Is 9/10 less than, greater than, or equal to 1/2? Well, if it was less than, then it would be over here somewhere. If it was equal to, it would be right here. If it was greater than, it would be over here somewhere. So I'm going to say 9/10 is greater than 1/2. So I'm going to give you a second to catch up because I know that I've been talking, coloring, bubbling in. So I want you to just take a second to get caught up to this point so we can finish out the rest of the problem. I'm going to get myself something to drink here because I'm thirsty. So take a second, finish this up. The video is going to keep playing. Finish coloring, filling in your comparisons. I apologize, that was rude. I'm just getting myself a little LaCroix here. Some seltzer water. I'm thirsty. Okay. Now, let's keep moving along. So hopefully you're caught up. And we're going to answer this question. Let's talk about it. So since 5/12 is less than 1/2 and 9/10 is greater than 1/2, you know that 5/12 is what to 9/10? Well, let's look. Is 5/12 less than, greater than, or equal to 9/10? Less than, greater than, or equal to? Just by looking at pure size, I can tell that 5/12 is much smaller than 9/10. So I'm going to say, 5/12 is less than 9/12. And again, go ahead and fill that in. We have to answer the question, who hiked further? Well, I don't remember who hiked 5/12 and I don't remember who hiked 9/10. So let me go back to the problem. All right. So Evie and her father hiked 5/12. So they didn't hike as far. And Jill and her mother hiked the 9/10. So who hiked the 9/10 or who hiked farther? We're going to write Jill And my handwriting is going to get really sloppy here in a second. Sorry. And mom. Okay. I'll let you catch up there. And let me just scroll this screen up in case you're still working on your shading or comparing, whatever it might be. Okay, if you need to pause it for a second, you may to catch up. If not, I'm going to move on. Girls, we're moving and grooving today. So, whoa, throwing the marker at myself. Make this a little bit bigger here. Boop. Okay. Check it out. We've already done the unlock the problem. You guys were rock stars with that. We moved on to the example, which we just did using our benchmark and our fraction strips by coloring it in and using a model. That's fantastic. Guess what? We're ready for some test prep. Hey, and why do we do test prep? We do test prep to help us get prepared for if and when we take the test, we know what type of questions we might be asked. It's always better to be prepared. Okie dokie. So we're going to flip. We're going to flip again. And this should be page 252. So go ahead and meet me on 252. You're looking for the problem with the star. Looking for the problem with the star. All right. Now, for this one, my dear friends, I would suggest grabbing your study guide because we can use this to help us. All right. So I'm going to keep this right here next to the problem. I'll move this out of the way. Okay. I will also maybe use this as a guide as well, but I'm going to try to stick to this one because to me, it's just easier. I like looking at it. All right, here we go. Test prep. Todd is using the benchmark 1/2 to compare fractions. Which statement is not correct? I'm going to repeat that again. Which statement is not correct? So this is going to be one of those process of elimination ones. I'm going to find the ones that are true, and I'm going to put a big X over them because I'm not looking for those ones. I'm looking for the one that's not correct. So let's start with A. We've got 5/6 is less than 1/2. So I'm going to put this up on the top screen here. Using your study guide, take a look. Here's 1/2. So I'm just going to cover this up so we can see there's 1/2. Let's count out 5/6 down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm just going to position my hand like this. Is 5/6, looking down here, is 5/6 greater than or less than 1/2? Think about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm all the way over here. Here's 5/6, and here's my little baby 1/2. Which one's bigger? Well, hopefully you said 5/6. We can see that is a much bigger fraction strip than 1/2. So, well, thank you, Go Math. You made that really easy for me. There's my answer. 5/6 is not less than 1/2. 5/6 is greater than 1/2. So this answer is not correct, which is what the question is wanting us to find. Which one is not correct? We know, look at C. We know that 5/6 is greater than 1/2. We just showed that on our screen over here, right? Now here's a silly one. Is 3/6 equal to 1/2? I think it is. Let's look. I'm pretty sure this one is true also. All right, there's my 1/2. Let's count 3/6. 1, 2, 3. Yo, those lines match up. All right, so that one is correct. And then 5/6 is not equal to 1/2. That is also very true because we determined that 5/6 is less than 1/2, so it cannot be equal to it. Hey, girls, awesome job. You are all done your test prep. If you need to catch up with anything, please pause the video and catch up. If not, you may go on the computer.